Hi everybody, Jake from UK Barra Conversions here. So today I thought I'd show you a quick video of what's included with the underwater camera and also exactly how to set it up and how to attach everything. So first things first, this is the actual winch cam itself, which for a moment we're just going to put to the side. What we have here inside this box is the screen itself and all the gubbins that go with it. So let's go through that. So firstly, at the very top in this little bag you should find the screen itself, which we're just going to place to the side here. And then underneath, with the accessories, you should have a charging cable, a bracket to mount it to the remote, 2 thumb screws to attach the camera to the actual handle of the boat itself, and you will also find 3 aerials. Now, first things first, your 3 aerials will only go on one way. So if we take a close look at the actual ports on the screen itself, you will see that there are 2 female connectors here. So you are looking for your 2 aerials that have got corresponding male connectors. So you can see these 2 here have actually got corresponding male pins. Now, it doesn't matter which way around they go on. So we screw the one on this end, and then we screw the other one on this end. Like so, simple. Now, whilst we have the screen in our hand, we're going to attach the screen to the bracket, or rather the bracket to the screen. So it goes on this way. So you'll have a screw on the underside here, and it has got a little handle so you can do it up, but I do recommend grabbing a flat blade screwdriver. It makes life much easier. Now, always attach the bracket to the screen before you attach it to the remote, because ask me how I know, you won't do it the other way around. So let's get this attached now. And we just adjust it so it's straight. And now that this screen is all ready to attach to the remote itself now. So let's get the remote in shot and get it attached to it. Okay, so we now have our remote, and you'll see on the back here we've got 2 threaded sections. This is where the actual screen attaches. So I'm just going to place the remote down, and with the other 2 thumb screws that you have, you can attach the remote to the screen, or screen to the remote rather, I should say. Once you're happy that that's all finger tight, it doesn't need to be too tight, but once you're happy, you should have the camera on there, or the screen for the camera on there, pretty secure. Now, you have another pair of screws at the back, and these are for adjusting the angle of the camera. So if you're finding it's angled to the one side slightly, you adjust these, and it allows you to adjust the actual angle of the screen itself. So once you're happy with the positioning, we can place this to the side, and let's get the actual winch cam attached to the boat itself. Okay, so now we have the boat in shot, we're going to attach the winch cam itself. So first things first is to plug this into the accessory port of the boat. Now these will only go in one way, but we recommend to take your time just to make sure you get it right so you don't damage any of the pins. So push him in, and then you screw the actual blue cap down. And once you're happy that's connected, we can now attach the actual winch cam itself. So you've got 2 fold out little bits on the bottom, and these essentially hook around the handle, and then you use the thumb screws that come in the kit to attach it. So let's get that done now. So here is one of the thumb screws, and you go in from the underside, and unfortunately I can't quite get a very good shot of this, but this side's pretty self-explanatory, and you just wait until they line up and you nip them up. And it basically, the whole winch cam just actually attaches to the top handle itself, nice and simple. Okay, so here we have our remote and our screen set up on the actual tripod itself that comes supplied with these boats. So first things first, let's turn the remote on. Now that the remote's on, we'll turn the boat on, which is just behind me out of shot. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to show you now how to actually activate the camera system. So you need to go into menu, and you need to go into 13 other settings. Once you click this, you just need to cycle through the menu by hitting OK, OK, OK. Go through all of this, and this is the screen that you need to pay attention to. So with this, make sure you don't hit up or down, because as you can see, it actually changes the input that it's hovering over. So you need to input OK, OK until you get to cam. So this one in particular is the one that we need to take attention to. So when the boats are supplied factory, they're actually in minus, which basically means camera off. We need to set it to the positive, which means camera on. So we hit OK and OK again and set up successfully. So we can now exit the menu by hitting menu, and that will now exit out of it. So essentially now we're actually ready to turn the camera on. So we'll hit menu again to go to the actual main part of the actual remote display itself. Now what I'm going to do, first things first, I'm going to turn the actual power on for the screen. So there's a power button on the side. We'll boot that up. And as you can see, that's now powered up. To activate the camera, we're going to hit down on this little directional pad here, and you'll see it come up with a sub menu now for camera power. If you want to power up the camera, you click go, and the camera will now power up. Now the camera is in the boat just behind me, so obviously it's not displaying anything because we're not out on water at the moment, but you'll see you now get a camera display. So let's go through a couple of the other things that you can actually do with this and how to actually control it. So to actually control the winch side itself, it's using this here, this right-hand toggle. So you should hopefully hear this. That is actually controlling the winch cam itself. So it basically bypasses the control for the hoppers whilst you're in this menu, so you can actually retract or, so you can lower or bring the camera back up essentially. Now, there are a lot of other features and things that you can do with these cameras. So at the top, if I just adjust the angle a little bit, there is an actual button here next to this aerial that says R. This is for record. So you can actually insert an SD card into these, and you can actually film the footage that you are seeing yourself, so you can watch it back. To watch it back, what you then do after you've hit record is you hold the button down at the bottom on the right hand side, and you'll see it switches between different screens or different menus. This is essentially like pressing TV input on your actual TV. It'll allow you to go through these settings. There we go, we're back on the camera itself. At the top you have a positive, which is basically to scroll through channels, as you can see. So we've now lost the channel, and you can use the minus button at the bottom to go back through. If you completely lose yourself, what you can do, so if I lose myself on purpose, what I'm going to do is press and hold that, and it'll auto search. Now it may take a few seconds to find the exact frequency and the exact channel, but essentially this is like searching for the radio channel in your car. It'll automatically do it for you. So we'll let that just do its thing for a moment. And there you go. As you can see, it's now found the channel. So if you do lose yourself, you can automatically find it. If you single press the power button, which is the one in the middle, it will bring up a menu. Now on this, you can change a lot of things such as your brightness, your contrast, etc., etc. But we recommend to leave everything as it is default from factory. To turn it off, you simply just press and hold the power button, and that will power off. And if you want to power off the camera itself specifically on the remote, you simply hit go or exit, which is one of these two buttons here. So go or exit, and that will basically allow you to go back to normal, and we can go back to the normal screen on the boat itself. So I hope this video helps. Take care.